Hello YouTube, this is Mr. Rivera again with another video. I'm sorry for delaying this videos. The competencies is because, as you know, once if everything goes well, you'll become a teacher one day. I think that's everybody's goal. That's looking at this PPR video. Once you start working as a teacher, you'll find out that this is like a 24-hour job where you have to work extra time, extra hours, and you have to also work on the weekends and stuff like that off the clock. So I love my job, so I can't complain, but yeah, I've been a little busy with that. And then summer school started, so I decided to work on summer school, and we barely finished that. So right when I was about to start with the competencies again, I got sick. So if you can hear my voice, it sounds a little scuffed, so I apologize for that. And but anyways, I want to start with today's video focusing only on competency 9. I've noticed that I've gotten positive feedback on the other competencies, but I'd rather go slow on each competency and explain it with each one. If you have not seen parts 1 through 4 of the competencies, there will be a link in the description. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Before anybody has any questions, you have my Facebook, my Discord there on the bottom right corner. My Facebook is Real Tech Bilo, and my Discord is Bilo23 with that number. And if you find this video helpful or useful and you want to help me reach my goals, you can help me with PayPal or Cash App as the corresponding links also. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I'll jump into it. If you have any questions, I'll leave a comment down below. And I don't want to waste too much time in the introduction because I've done this in every video. So let's go ahead and get started. And let me just hide this text. So today we're going to deal with competency 9. Competency 9 is dealing with domain 3. And as far as domain 3, it says the teacher incorporates the effective use of technology to plan, organize, deliver, and evaluate instructions for all students. So when I took the PPR exam, there was a couple questions that had to do with competency 9, and it was a following domain 3. And it talks about the use of technology. So many of us, or like I consider myself an old school teacher. I would rather do some other things besides technology, but keep in mind that on the PPR, they want you to use technology as far as the questions go. So even though sometimes you think it's better to give them notes like in a piece of paper or something, you want to pick the answer that has to do more with technology. Now, you're not going to get the competency in order like I explained in previous videos. The PPR exam is 100 questions and it will contain competency 9. But if you need a link to how to find all these competencies, you could just Google competencies PPR or PPR competencies, and it'll give you all the competencies. And here we're dealing with domain 3. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I've been listening to y'all's feedback, and I noticed that y'all have trouble understanding my language or understanding my pronunciation. My English is not perfect, and I apologize for that. And sometimes I do read a little quick because my mind processes faster than what I'm reading. So I'll try to slow down and explain to you each one slowly, and hopefully we have time to go over all of them. I'm going to go over 10 questions of competency 9. Today I'm just going to focus on competency 9. And then if this video gets positive feedback, so then I'll continue competency 10, 11, and 12. And so on. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So question 1 says, the 3rd grade team of teachers at Smithville Elementary worked together for several days during their planning time to create common assessment for the last few weeks of school. Which of the following features of word processing software would best facilitate effective collaboration among the teachers moving forward by documenting any feature editing or text update to these assessments? Again, we're dealing with technology. Option A, is it capturing changes with screenshots from their iPhones? Is it inserting a label that documents any change? Is it using the tracking changes option, or is it restricting access to documents folder with a password? Which one do y'all think it is? Again, I'll go ahead and let you read the question and you can tell me the answer. So I'll give you time to think about it. Again, let me read it again. The third grade team of teachers at Smithview Elementary worked together for several days during their planning times to create common assessment for the last week of school. Which of the following features of word processing software would best facilitate effective collaboration among the teachers moving forward by documenting the feature editing or text update to the assessments? Which one do y'all think it is? The correct answer for number 1 is C. Use a tracking changes option. Now, the way I do these videos is I explain to you why each answer choice, which one is correct and which one is not correct, but I also tell you why is it correct, why it's not correct. So I don't just give you the answer or explain to you the correct answer. I also explain to you why the other answers are wrong, if that makes any sense. So option C is correct because when multiple teachers are collaborating on a document, they can use the track changes feature in the Word when the document needs to be reviewed or revised. This feature keeps track and notifies all concerned parties as to what changes were made and who made them. This feature supports effective communication among team members, and teachers should make use of electronic features whenever possible for meeting goals. Option A is incorrect because capturing changes to documents with screenshots from their mobile devices does not facilitate collaboration among the teachers. Option B is incorrect because having the teacher insert a label with the date and comment on changes made to the document is not the best solution to keep track of revisions. Okay, and option D is incorrect because restricting access to a folder by requiring a password falls short of the teacher's goal of collaborating as a team and the development of assessments which may need to be reviewed, proofread, edited, and revised many times before the final release. So the correct answer for number 1 is C. Use a tracking changes option. Let me know how you all did on that one. Now again, for these questions, you want to make sure we use technology as much as possible. And this one's talking about teacher collaboration. So let's go with C as the answer. Well, let's not go with C. C is the actual answer. Now let's look at number 2. Number 2 is asking, when planning how to implement computer instruction in a preschool classroom, the teachers should focus primarily on promoting children's, is it A, application of computer technology for practical purposes? Is it B, language, social learning, logic, and creativity? Is it C, ability to create pleasing final products? Or is it D, acquisition of computer skills at a relatively steady pace? Okay, we're dealing with preschool classroom. I'll read the question again. When planning how to implement computer instruction in a preschool classroom, the teacher should focus primarily on promoting children's what? Which one do y'all think it is? The correct answer for number 2 is B, language, social learning, logic, and creativity. Let's go by each one. Option A is incorrect because computer instruction planning should focus on the curriculum standards TICs based what students are learning in classroom, as far as like language, social learning, logic, and creativity. Let me read it again because I think I spoke too fast. We can eliminate answer A because computer instruction planning should focus on the curriculum standards, the TICs, based what students are learning in the classroom. Language, social learning, logic, and creativity. Because this is a preschool, we don't focus on that yet. Option C is incorrect because lesson planning using the curriculum as a template should integrate children's experiences with technology that supports such common skills as language, social learning, logic, and creativity. And option D is incorrect because we can limit this answer because the teacher should focus the lessons primarily on children's experience with technology that supports such common skills of language, social learning, logic, and creativity. And option B is correct because the state curriculum standards TICs for technology applications are the foundation. Lesson planning using the curriculum as a template should promote children's experiences with technology that support such common skills as language, learning, logic, and creativity. Sorry, to correct myself, option A does not focus on the TICs. It's just talking about computers are only for practical purposes, and it's not correct. He has to focus on the TEKS. So option A is incorrect. Option B is the correct answer. Language, social learning, logic, and creativity. Again, option B is correct because the state curriculum standards, which is the TEKS, for technology applications are the foundation. Lesson planning using the curriculum as a template should promote children's experience with technology that supports such common skills as language, social learning, logic, and creativity. So you should always focus on the TEKS. Let me know how y'all did on that one. Okay, let's move to question 3. Question 3 is saying, students in Mr. Yamaha's 6th grade class geography class are writing reports about continents and must do some portion of their research on the internet. In order to integrate the activity with the TEKS technology requirements, Mr. Yamaha added to the project criteria that at least 2 search engines must be used. Which of the following best describes a search engine? Is it A software application that accesses and displays pages and files on the web? Is it B, a software application that searches for and identifies items in the database? Is it C, a software application used for creating, editing, querying, and maintaining information? Or is it D, where data manipulation actually takes place, results are then stored in the computer memory? Talking about a search engine. Which of the following best describes a search engine? What do y'all think the answer for number 3 is? The correct answer for number 3 is B, a software application that searches for and identifies items in a database. Option B is correct because it describes a search engine. A search engine is a program that when you type in a keyword or phrase, it can point you in the direction of websites that relates to the words you typed in. It searches for and identifies items in a database that corresponds to keywords you specified. Examples of search engines are like Google, Bing, Yahoo, and Ask.com, stuff like that. So the correct answer for number 3 is B. So if you know the answer, if you know what a search engine is, then this should be an easy answer. But in case you don't know, a search engine can be included as Google. When you search that in Google Chrome, when you search in Google, when you search in Bing, when you search in Yahoo, stuff like that. This question doesn't require a lot of explanation, but I'll still go over each one just to show you which one is wrong and why. Option A is incorrect because this describes a web browser, not a search engine. A web browser is a software application that accesses and displays pages and files on the web. Examples of browsers are like the Internet Explorer, Firefox, Safari, Opera, and those browsers. Option C is incorrect because this describes a database program, not a search engine. A database program is a software application used for creating, editing, querying, and maintaining database files. QuickBooks, an example of this. Now they might ask you which of this describes a database, which of these describes a web browser. So they might ask you, and it will be a different answer, right? But here they're just asking you for a search engine. And option D is incorrect because it describes the CPU, not a search engine. CPU is an abbreviation for Central Processing Unit, and it is the brain of a computer, where data manipulation actually takes place. So the answer D, option D will be if they ask you what is the CPU. Option C would ask you what is a database, and option A would be they would ask you what is a web browser. But in this case, the answer for number 3 is B. Let me know how y'all did in that one. Anyway, let's move on to number 4. Now, let's go to number 4. Number 4 is saying, a teacher plans to use technology applications in problem solving and decision making into her weekly lessons to promote collaboration and teamwork among students. Which of the following student activities will be most engaging to the students while the same plans achieve the teacher plans? Achieving the teacher plans, which is to promote collaboration and teamwork among students. Is it A, comparing and cross-testing current events of the week? Is it B, reading ways to problem solve electronically? Is it C, creating a student interactive blog with helpful hints to assist in problem solving decision making? Or is it D, presenting a PowerPoint for students to view? Again, which of these would engage students and also achieve the teacher's plan, which is to collaborate, teamwork among the students? Which one do y'all think it is? The correct answer for number 4 is C. Create a student interactive blog with helpful hints to assist in problem solving and decision making. Option C is correct because creating a student's interactive blog would engage the students in collaboration and teamwork, consequently achieving the plan set out by the teacher. Right? Because you want to collaborate and have teamwork, so a blog would be beneficial for that. Let's go over A, B, and D, why they're not correct. Option A is incorrect because comparing and contrasting current events of the week does not promote collaboration and teamwork among students. Therefore, A is not the correct answer because you're just comparing and contrasting. There's no collaboration on this. Option B is incorrect because reading ways to problem solve does not promote collaboration and teamwork, which is the game goal again. So this is pretty much common sense. You're talking about collaboration and teamwork, so the blog is the only one that promotes that. And option C is incorrect because presenting a PowerPoint for the students to view will not promote teamwork and collaboration again. So the correct answer for number 4 is C. Let me know how y'all did on that one. So usually this is where people do the best in Competency 9, because most of them are common sense, or there's no they're asking for which is the best answer or which is the best choice. Like mostly you get questions like this. I'm going a little slow because I've gotten some feedback that I go too fast or that y'all don't understand what I'm saying sometimes because I read too fast, so I'm just going a little slower. Sorry about that. Now let's read number 5. Mr. Cotton proofread the first 10 rough drafts from his homework 6th grade class as they work on a social research topic. He observed that many students documenting as reference internet sources on unreliable sites, making the information they collected questionable, false, erroneous, incomplete, or misleading. Which of the following would best help students address the issue? So, Mr. Cotton was proofreading the first 10 drafts of their class, and he saw that many of them cited sources that were unreliable. So it's asking you which of the following will best help students address the issue. Is it A, provide students with a list of sites to show examples of reliable resources? Is it B, to hand out Mr. Cotton's personal favorite web sources? Is it C, to discuss the most commonly used internet search engines? Or is it D, teach students how to evaluate electronic information in the internet? Which one do y'all think it is? Now this one, it's a little hard because they're asking you to ask which one is the best one. So even though you might think some of them is correct and some of them can be correct, you gotta remember that we're dealing with technology, and we want to check which of them uses more technology and which is the best example of use of technology. Because you want to use technology to plan, organize, deliver, and evaluate instruction for all students. Which one do y'all think it is? The correct answer for number 5 is D. Teach students how to evaluate electronic information in the internet. That will be the best help for students to the issue. Option D is correct because effective teachers apply procedures for evaluating electronic information for accuracy and validity. The teacher, they teach their students to determine accuracy by checking who is hosting the site. Is the hosting site a university, a government agency, professional association, an advocacy group, or publisher? Validity is determined by examining the page closely by information about the author and see if it includes references. So with today, nowadays, that we have so many websites created, we don't want to just give out a certain website you can only search or a website you can use or you can't use. So you gotta let them know how to search for it, and if they come from the government or professional associations, or they have references, stuff like that. That way they have a broad understanding. I mean, more concrete understanding, and they'll know what to search for and where to search. You don't want to limit it to a certain number of websites, if that makes any sense. Option A is incorrect because providing students with a list of reliable resources is short-sighted because it does not teach students how to evaluate electronic information for accuracy and validity. So if you just tell them, okay, only use this website, then they're limited to how many websites they can use, and they don't learn what makes a website valid or stuff like that. Option B is incorrect because passing on Mr. Cotton's personal website will not assist the students in learning how to analyze and evaluate electronic information. And option C is incorrect because search engines search the internet for documents that contain a keyword phrase or by the user. Having a discussion concerning internet search engines does nothing to address the issue. I think I read it wrong. Let me read it again. Option C is incorrect because search engines search the internet for documents that contain a word, phrase, or subject specific by the user. Having a discussion concerning internet search engines does nothing to address the issue. So the correct answer for which number are we? Number 5 is D. Teach students how to evaluate electronic information on the internet. Now I remember seeing a question like this on the exam, and just don't get confused because even though you want to make it easier for them and just give the list of what reliable resources they can use, and that will save you a lot of time, you're limiting to them because on other projects they want to use on other sites, so they don't get limited by using just question A or option A. So option D is the correct one. So let me know how you did on that one. So anyway, before moving on, this is the part of the video where I ask you for your help or for your help to help me reach my monetization, because that's the whole point of why I'm doing this. My goal is to get monetized by the end of the year, and if you can see, I have currently 269 subscribers, and I'm almost like 1/3 away from getting all the subscribers that I need, and I'm also at 1,294 public hours watched, so I'm close to halfway, not even halfway, right? And I'm a math teacher, but you can see what percentage I am close to getting monetized. So if you find this video helpful or useful at all, if you can help me by getting monetized by leaving a like on this video, subscribing, and watching the whole video, that will be greatly appreciated. So if you can help me out by subscribing, if you find this video useful at all, commenting in case you need any suggestions or in case you want me to move on, and watching the whole video, because that will help me out with my public hours. So I'm so excited to reach my monetization, and you all can help me out a lot with that. Anyway, let's move on to the video. So just a refresher, Competency 9 says, the teacher incorporates the effective use of technology to plan, organize, deliver, and evaluate instructions for all students. Let's move on to question 6. And I try to move on a little quicker because I feel like I'm taking too long on stuff that doesn't pertain to the PPR. Anyways, question 6 says, a 6th grade teacher uses clicker technology as a way of having her students respond to in-class questioning and requires participation for all learners. Which of the following answers most likely support the teacher rationale for the practice? Is it A, technology integration motivates students? Is it B, the response technique utilizes a variety of question types? Is it C, the teacher is able to use nonverbal prompting to monitor the progress of each student? Or is it D, the teacher can take in-class grade for accurate participation? Which one do y'all think it is? I'll give you time to read the question again in case you didn't understand it, and answer the question. Excuse me. The correct answer for number 6, right? Yeah. The correct answer for number 6 is C. The teacher is able to use nonverbal prompting to monitor progress of each student. Option C is correct because through clicker technology, the teacher is able to promote nonverbal responses from all the students. The teacher can monitor student responses without having students share aloud. This is a nice way to informally assess students' progress and determine instructional needs. Option A is incorrect because this is not the best answer. While technology can motivate students, the clicker is simply a tool for responses, which enables students to monitor the student's answer. Enables teachers to monitor the student's answer. Option B is incorrect because there is no evidence that teachers are utilizing a variety of question types. And option C is incorrect because teachers do not need to take a grade. This typical activity serves as an informal assessment. So the correct answer for number 6 is C. Let me know how y'all did on that one. Now let's move on to number 7. A 9th grade English language arts teacher. Anyways, a 9th grade English language arts teacher would like her student to use technology tools to collaborate during writing projects. Because again, Competency 9 has to do with collaboration and technology. Her goal is for students to use computer-based tools to collaborate at home and at school to enrich the learning environment. Which of the following projects aligns with her goals? Is it A, student working groups during class to research topics? Is it B, student use and cite websites related to the writing assignment? Is it C, student use Google Docs to write together in a virtual environment? Or is it D, student interviews an author and share information with peers? Let me read the question once again. A 9th grade English language arts teacher would like her students to use technology tools to collaborate during writing projects. Her goal is for students to use computer-based tools to collaborate at home and at school to enrich the learning environment. Which of the following projects aligns with his goals? Her goal is for the students to use computer-based tools and for collaboration. So once you know that thing, the answer is pretty obvious. The correct answer for number 7 is C. Students use Google Docs to write together in a virtual environment. Option C is correct because Google Docs is a web tool which enables students to collaborate in real time on the internet. Students can write and edit together using this tool, which enables collaboration and potentially enriches the learning environment. So when you become a teacher, you can use Google Docs and they can edit tools and stuff like that on real time. They'll be able to see the editing and you'll be able to see it and control what they edit. Option A is incorrect because teachers' goal is to incorporate computer-based skills, which is an activity of investigation which is the object of establishing facts and is not a tool. So you can eliminate A right off the bat because they're trying to use. Her goal is to use computer-based tools, and option A is just research. Option B is not correct because it describes the use of computers as a research tool, but does not describe the application of the technology in regards to creating and collaborating. It's not the best answer because the teacher's goal is to have students incorporate computer-based tools in writing projects. And option D is incorrect because it does not describe the application of technology at all. It's not the best answer because the teacher's goal is to incorporate computer-based tools. So the correct answer for number 7 is C. Now, as long as you see the keyword that her goal is for students to use computer-based tools, the answer should be common sense. So let me know how y'all did on number 7. Anyway, let's move on to number 8. We're almost there. 2 more questions. 1 to 3 was this one. Question A says, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to pronounce this right, and the comments are going to roast me for it, or they're going to tell me that my pronunciation is bad, but I'm trying my best. So, Mr. McAuliffe, a science high school teacher, wants to acknowledge students who participated in the state science fair by posting pictures on the school website. Which of the following will be the most appropriate way for the teachers to proceed? So he wants to acknowledge the students, and he wants to post the pictures on the school website. So what is the most appropriate way for the teachers to proceed? Is it A, posting the photographs with no identifying information? Is it B, obtaining each student's written permission? Is it C, reviewing the district fair use policy? Or is it D, reviewing the district acceptable use policy? Which one do y'all think it is? Now this one is this one says the most appropriate, so even though some of them will be correct, you're trying to find the most appropriate one using technology. The correct answer for number 8 is D, reviewing the district acceptable use policy. Option D is correct because each school district should have an acceptable use policy that aligns rules of online procedures. Therefore, the teacher should check these policies first. That's the first step. Option A is incorrect because posting the photographs even without identifying information does not include parental permission, which is necessary. So even though you didn't put their name, you still need permission. Option B is incorrect because posting the photographs even without identifying information or with students' written permission does not include parent permission, which is necessary. And it's common sense. If a student gives you the permission, but it's not the parent because they're not adults, they have the parent's signature. So you can't just do it because the students gave you permission. The parents have to be the one that signs it. And option C is incorrect because the scenario described does not involve fair use of copyright materials. We're talking about this not involve the fair use policy in this scenario. There will be other scenarios where this will be correct, but not in this scenario. So the correct answer for number 8 is D. Let me know how y'all did in this one. 2 more. Okay. Number 9. A teacher plans to allow her students the opportunity to communicate their understandings of a variety of modalities. Again, sorry, I misspelled that. Learn this year using their iPads. Which would be an excellent example of students' knowledge? Is it A, write a 2-page paper? Is it B, create a PowerPoint and slideshow? Is it C, use index cards to illustrate? Or is it D, describe the guidelines to align with the TEKS? Now we're talking about technology, right? So you don't want to write, I mean, we know pretty obvious that you can eliminate 2 answers. I'll let you all decide which one because we're dealing with technology, right? So writing on a piece of paper and using index cards is not using technology. So option A and C are obviously incorrect. Anyways, the correct answer for number 9 is B, create a PowerPoint and slideshow. Let's go why. Option B is correct because creating a PowerPoint and slideshow will modalities to affect demonstrate the use. Sorry, it was like a. Anyways, option B is correct because they effectively demonstrate the use of communication through technology. As a result, B is the best answer. And it's common sense because let's look at the other ones and we'll see why. Option A is incorrect because writing a 2-page paper does not demonstrate knowledge through technology. Option C is incorrect because using index cards is not demonstrating effective use of technology. Now, why is it not D? Option D is not correct because discussing guidelines that align with the TEKS does not demonstrate the students' knowledge of use of technology. So this does not describe the use of technology. They're talking about which is the example of students' knowledge of technology. Hopefully that wasn't I didn't confuse you all, but it's common sense for this one and answer letter B because they want to use technology, and option A and C does not use technology, and option D has nothing to do with the use of technology either. So this one, the answer is B. Let me know how y'all did in this one. And one more. Number 10. A third grade class is having difficulties with learning the multiplication tables. Which would be the best way to integrate the technology application TEKS into the curriculum to support students' learning? Is it A, have students with microphone in hand interview parents and record what strategies they use to learn the multiplication facts? Okay. Is it B, have students with microphone in hand record their peers reciting the multiplication tables? Is it C, have groups of students create a video where they document the fun ways to remember the multiplication tables? Or is it D, have students search the internet for interactive software application that will drill them on the multiplication tables? Which do y'all think it is? I'll give you time to look at this question in case you didn't understand when I read it, and tell me what's the answer. Let me scroll it up in case you can't see. The correct answer for number 10, you ready, is letter D. Have students search the internet for interactive software application that will drill them on the multiplication table. Option D is correct because interactive simulation programs that help students learn the multiplication tables through repeated performance is available on several math-related websites. These programs will drill students on the multiplication facts and support the learning objective. Option A is incorrect because interviewing parents will not benefit the students in knowing the multiplication facts. It may encourage the students to not give up, but that is not the goal of the question. Of the question. Option B is incorrect because you can limit its answer because it does nothing to help students learn the multiplication facts. And option C is incorrect because it does not suggest the most effective way of integrating technology to help students with the learning. So it's not the most effective way. The most effective way is for them to go to the internet and look for math-related programs so they can get drilled with facts and support their learning objective. Let me know how y'all go for number 10. Anyway, again, if you have any questions, I have put on the right side on Facebook. Y'all can find me on Facebook as Real Tech Bilo. You can message me also privately on Discord. That's gonna be my Discord right there. And in case y'all want to help me get monetized or help me create these videos, and because I want to get a video editing software, you can see I started a lot, or there's times that I repeat the same thing. So if y'all can help me with PayPal or Cash App, I can get a video editing software. Or if y'all recommend any video editing software that it's free, y'all can help me out with that. That would be really appreciated. Anyway, I hope you all enjoy this video. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can comment down below. That way I can answer quick, or you can reach me on Facebook or Discord. And I usually reply fast, so I'm a really good texter. The last thing I want to say again is if y'all can help me reach my monetization goal of getting 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers, we're almost there. And thank you very much. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out.